Voices of the Village is brought to you by the Greg Olson Local History Room, a treasure chest of Ridgefield Park history.
My name is Sheila Jean Elizabeth Dorgan Sienicki. I was a teacher for 34 years and now I am a retired person.
How long have you resided in Ridgefield Park?
I've lived in Ridgefield Park 69 of the 75 years that I've been on the planet.
Did you attend any of the local schools, and what is your fondest memory?
I attended schools in Ridgefield Park. I went to St. Francis School from kindergarten till 8th grade. Then I went on to Holy Angels for high school.
What is your favorite thing about living in the village?
My favorite thing about living in the village is maybe it's continuity. You can pretty much predict what life will be like here. There are a few surprises that really jolt you. I feel that the people's faces have changed over the years, but the kind of people that live here have pretty much stayed the same.
How would you describe Ridgefield Park to a non-resident?
I would say that it is a very safe atmosphere to live in. It was a great place to raise kids. My kids come back for practically every event in Ridgefield Park. They're friends for life, and my kids are in their 40s, are all friends from Ridgefield Park.
How has the village changed over the years?
Well, when I was a kid, there was no Route 80, there was no Route 95. We were just, there was no public service units. It was pretty quiet. There was a lot of swamp area where all the high school is and where Route 95 is. So the land has really changed, I think. To me, that would be the biggest change. And I feel that people's professions have changed here too. I think when I was a kid, most of the people got on that bus to New York City and went to pretty much white-collar jobs. I think now there are more people that live in this town that are in business for themselves or are hardworking middle-class people.
Has Main Street changed over the years?
Oh, yes. Yes, Main Street, Main Street used to be a place where you could buy anything you needed. If you needed a dress, you could buy it on Main Street. If you needed jewelry, you could buy it on Main Street. If you needed a steak, you could buy anything on Main Street. And once they started to build the malls nearby, Main Street changed. All of a sudden, there were different kinds of stores. There were stores, basically a lot of pizzerias, a lot of nail salons, Blockbusters, places for videos. We used to have two fairly good-sized grocery stores, the A&P and the Acme, and now we have IGA. But you really could just buy anything you needed right on Main Street.
In your opinion, what makes the village unique?
Well, the fact that it is a village, its government system, which has no party involvement. There's no Democrats, Republicans. We're just all people trying to make the town nice. I think that was one of the nicer things about Ridgefield Park. I think the schools have always reached out and made you feel that whatever your children needed, it was there for them. And the walkability of Ridgefield Park too, because you see your neighbors, they're out walking, and that doesn't happen in many places now. I find a lot of, where my daughter lives, they don't even have sidewalks. But the walkability, and I think that would be.
Is there anyone from Ridgefield Park that has influenced you? If so, who?
Well, I could go on and on, but I will tell you, my third grade teacher, Mrs. Ehrlich, who was just was just a wonderful, wonderful teacher, which led me to the mayor, Ross Vogt, and his wife, Bonnie. They just were such a part of everything in the town. It's so wonderful when you're like 8 years old and the mayor knows your name, and not because of who your parents are, but just the fact that you pass his house every day on the way home from school. I would say they had a lot of influence because they always made you feel special. I'm sure George Fosdick, I was on the library board with George Fosdick for 30 years, and he was definitely a big influence in my life. He was just somebody so devoted to the town. You knew that it was nice. You went to sleep at night and you felt really safe because you knew he was going to do the best that he could for Ridgefield Park. And I also have to mention my Girl Scout leaders, Mrs. McIntyre and Mrs. Maney. They were wonderful. They taught me so many things too. So I'd say those are the people.
If you have to tell one story that captures the essence of Ridgefield Park, what is it?
Well, I would say that the way we celebrated holidays in Ridgefield Park. No holiday would pass by without something special going on. Halloween. Now, in many towns, Halloween is like a minor holiday, but in Ridgefield Park, Halloween was a major event. It was so exciting as a child to not only go trick-or-treating, but go to the Rag-A-Muffin parade, which this is actually a trophy from. My own children actually won this. Halloween was always the best. You had cider and donuts at the end of the parade. Everybody dressed up, and it was important. It was an important day in Ridgefield Park, and it still is. I still get 150 trick-or-treaters every year, which I don't always think happens now. I think people are very cautious about sending their kids out. But again, it's that safe environment in Ridgefield Park. And yes, okay, story about this. My daughter, every year I made costumes for my kids. They were everything from Dorothy and the Scarecrow to all kinds of costumes. Never could win a trophy in Ridgefield Park because there's so much competition in the Rag-A-Muffin parade. So my daughter, when she was about 12 years old, said, "Mom, you know what? I'm doing this myself." She went down to Lloyd's, the drugstore where everybody shopped, and she bought the best mask you could ever imagine of an old lady. She put it on and put my coat on, and she came in first for most humorous. And this is her trophy, which is misspelled. Humorous, wrong spelling, which took us, 1990. It took us 35 years to realize that it was misspelled. But that's Ridgefield Park. We're not perfect, but we try really, really hard.
Ridgefield Park is well known for its 4th of July celebration. Have you ever participated in the activities?
Well, I'll tell you what. I marched in it as a child, and when I turned 30, I became in charge of the baby parade judges. And I did that for 25 years. And Ridgefield Park's 4th of July parade goes right by my house. So on 4th of July, I have no lawn. I just have chairs because so many people come back from, if they've moved away, they come back for the parade. It's just, it's like the town swells. It grows because of the fact that so many people want to be a part of the parade. And the fireworks were always super important too. Now I don't know how long they'll last because we have fireworks that are nearby, but it was a great day. At the end of the day, you were exhausted.
Are there any other local tradition or events in the village?
Gosh, there are like a million. The fire department has every kind of event. The Elks Club has a million things going on. The KFC has all kinds of events. It's like whatever is your liking. you can find something to do in the town and meet people who have a similar interest in things that you like me right now, being here in the history room. There's all kinds of things.
Are you currently involved in any programs or organizations in Ridgefield Park?
Well, I am. Yes, I am in the George Bate Memorial Fund for Student Loans, which is a wonderful organization that has, for the last 30 years, given loans without interest to students in high school. The library takes up a lot of my time now. I've been a trustee for like 35 years now, I guess. We have all kinds of programs like the Festival of Wreaths I'm involved in, and I've done everything. I was the PTA president of Roosevelt School. I was also a lot of things.
In just one word, what does Ridgefield Park mean to you?
Home.
Thank you, Sheila Sienicki, for participating in the Voices of the Village.